This is a magnificent team for Jungle Cup, and I believe you are not gonna regret your time watching this video because we're having some very competitive battles. Whimsicott is the worst lead that we can get with this line because Shadow Dragonite, as you can see, is gonna be our main lead Pokemon, hence a Dragon type Pokemon up against a Fairy type. And not only that, this Fairy type is also part Grass, which means that our Lantern is also in big trouble. So what we want to do here is to stall as much as we can so that our switch timer is gonna be up soon, and as long as we can have the Drapion over that Whimsicott, we can hope for the best, and of course that Dragonite might be in a very good spot against the other two Pokemon. So over here we managed to get the shield with that Aqua Tail, and then another run to grab the second shield out of play. I know that with Whimsicott around, perhaps my Dragonite will not have the upper hand over whatever they have at the back, so I'm just gonna sacrifice it here for the greater good, but it ends up that we can go ahead and completely farm down by sacrificing one shield in the process. And since they have 0 shields, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw here the resisted superpower on that Charizard, but still it's gonna connect for a lot of damage. So here comes now the Aqua Tail to finish them off in style. Shadow Drapion is no joke for the meta. You can see that even those poison stings are gonna hurt a lot to this Whimsicott because it is double weak to the poison moves, and eventually with that resisted crunch we managed to get a super victory for our team and to begin off the video. So let's see what we have going on here because Galvantula will be our next lead opponent. This Pokemon is not that great but still not that bad. I guess by blocking just once we can absolutely farm down in the process, but my opponent decides to go ahead and switch out to that Shadow Tentacruel, and you can tell from now that we can have the upper hand on the switch. Finally, this is some great news for us because Lantern before didn't show a lot of skill as it seems. Anyways, here comes out the Thunderbolt, down they go obviously, and now we're expecting their third Pokemon to emerge into the battle. To my surprise, they have a Whiscash, and I was not expecting this one, but still I was expecting a Flyer to be honest, but my opponent here is still gonna go at it with that Mud Bomb before we reach to that Surf of Ours. So overall here we can survive the following move I guess, but I do not want to risk it at all because I know that even if Galvantula comes into the game we can easily farm down, and my Dragonite is the only chance that I have up against the Whiscash, so they eventually back out and this is gonna be another great victory for us. Into the next battle now with the worst lead once again up against us, especially with the Dragon Tail version of Steelix. On the switch we are meeting up with that Skarmory, and our main move is gonna be Crunch here, but as you can see they are severely low at the point that one Aqua Tail might actually do the trick. Look at that, absolutely wonderful for us. They can farm down some extra energy, but at this point we might actually have turned around everything that they have on the alignment status because the Crunch can easily be taken for our Lantern. I'm not expecting the Earthquake on Jungle Cup, even PvPoke recommends going for no Earthquake on your Steelix, and now with that Vigoroth at the very end, perhaps we can have the upper hand over that one with that Dragon Claw, and of course if we can push for the shields. However, as you can see here, they have a lot of energy to spare, and I fall into the trap of blocking twice I guess because I want to completely farm down. They get here to the Rock Slide, which is kinda tricky. Perhaps I could go ahead and finish them off with those Dragon Breaths. This is the trap that I was talking about, and now that I am energy dry, my opponent doesn't want to spend that shield for that Dragon Claw of mine, and instead they have so much energy, which means that the double crunch here will just finish off my line. That was a well played and well executed match from my opponent, so let's see what we have going on here because on the next one we're meeting up with a Clodsar. This Pokemon is always a big trouble for my team because the ground typing can absolutely one-shot down my backline, while up in front the simple Stone Edge or even that Sludge Bomb can do tremendous amount of damage on my Dragonite. Eventually they switch out to the Greninja. What I want to do here is to push as much as I can with my moves, and you can tell here that I made some crucial mistakes because I sacrificed a shield in the process, but my opponent fell into my trap since now they are shieldless block twice my Dragon Claws, and of course we can farm down with this with our Lantern. So down they go. Earthquake can easily be tanked here. We're just gonna flex our non-existent HP at this point, and down they go. Vigoroth goes in, but at this point Dragonite can absolutely have the upper hand. I'm not afraid of them switching out. They are still switch locked in here with me, so the Brick Break is going through. That was not expected at all. So superpower here will just connect, and we're gonna take the victory without showing our final Pokemon, I guess, at all, which was the Drapion. So anyways, into the next battle now with another Lantern, and what we want to do here is to push as much as we can with those Shadow Dragon Breaths, while at the same time we can reach to that superpower for the one shot. I'm not expecting them to shield here, but my opponent absolutely did that, and before they reach here to another surf, I'm just gonna reach to another superpower to finish them off instead. Perhaps they were thinking that if that was a Dragon Claw they could survive, but to be fair, we know much better, and we're just gonna keep going at it now with Drapion on the switch, clearing all those debuffs that we had from that double superpower. I know that we can survive one Mud Bomb here from the Whiskas, and we're gonna go down eventually, but still Dragonite can at some point return into the battle and see how they respond. With that Whiskas out of the game, perhaps we can have the upper hand, whatever remains at the very end, with our Lantern. So let's see what that Pokemon might be, and guess what? It is a Ferrothorn, so bad news overall. However, we can still go ahead and switch out right when they get to the point that they can throw a charge attack over here. So with that Power Whip now, we can absolutely go ahead and make them throw another move before they go down. Since they do that, we can farm some extra with those Dragon Breaths and one more final superpower to connect, this time for neutral and lethal damage on the Whiskas to grab yet another huge victory for our team. Shadow Dragonite is no joke with its damage output. So this Graveler now is a Pokemon that I was not counting at all on facing, and absolutely gave me some nightmares, because you can see how much damage it can do with those rock throws. So I want to block that Stone Edge. I totally lost count of energy at this point, so another move is coming off, but I guess this cannot be a Stone Edge at all. A Rock Blast instead, and we're gonna throw here the Surf. Let's see if they want to go ahead and block here. No block, that was a surprise, and instead now we're gonna have the return of Greninja. I guess they were trying to completely farm down, but they were counting at the same time, so they knew that I was getting super close to the Thunderbolt. Double Rock Throw users, I totally forgot about this match, so that's why I was frustrated back there. So now we can connect our Aqua Tails without spending any sweat at all. Rock Blast here can easily be taken, and then another Aqua Tail is coming off. This time we can provoke the shield, which means now that they are shieldless, easy farm down, and now the superpower for super effective damage, superpower for the win. Let's get it, trainers, with Shadow Dragonite once again. This Pokemon is super good, especially under correct rotation. So into the final one now, with that Quagsire up in front, switching out to the Charizard, and we managed to catch one Dragon Claw on our Lantern. This is absolutely executed perfectly, so we're just gonna keep going at it with those sparks, able to completely farm down, and even if they throw another move, we can easily survive it. Down goes Charizard. We escape with a lot of HP actually over here, and we still have two Surfs ready to go. This will definitely bring the Quagsire at a pretty low position, at a point that they might actually need to block one of my moves. So anyways, already at the red almost, so down we go here to the Mud Bomb, I guess, but at this point my Dragonite can absolutely have the upper hand. I know that this Abomasnow will not risk it for the biscuit, so easy Dragon Claw here to get that one shield out of play, so that my Drapion can easily go into the battle now and start doing some crucial work. Even after the debuff, we can do so much damage with our moves, and to be fair, I do not care at all about my Drapion at this point, but still I need to protect it from further harm, because as it seems those icy moves might be kinda clutch up against my Dragon type Pokemon. Anyways, Crunch now to finish off that final shield, I guess. So with that in mind now, I'm lagging a little bit, not so much, but I'm lagging, and let's see what move that might be. Just the Stone Edge. Here comes now the Aqua Tail. I got a little bit panicked over there, but still we survived and we managed to deliver the lethal blow with that final Auka tail. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching, for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot. Before you go, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.